Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little different than just bland gaming content with some dull commentary. We're going to be working with a program called RPG Maker MV today with a bland voiceover. Apologize in advance. We're not going to get into everything to do with this game in this video. My hopes are to try to make like a tips and tricks and tutorials type series doing this, and then just go over everything. I've been working on this, building a game. A lot of people asking a lot of questions about everything, so we're just gonna go over a few of the things. Like, so you load it up and you get this. This is what happens when you load up. Your guy's actually over here somewhere. This, when you start the program up, this is what you get. We can go over a few of the things up here. File, it's all, common sense stuff. New project, open, close, save, and then deployment. When you're done, you could deploy it and get it into a working file. Edit mode, to cut, copy, paste, delete, and then we'll get into these. Find next, and previous when we start getting into building some events. Mode is for the drawing mode or event mode. If you come up here to map mode, you can use these tile sets and draw. And then we can click that undo button. Also, all the things up here, most of them are in this bar right here. So like when you're in mode, you'll notice this thing switch over to the event thing there. And then we'll go back to map, and then that allows us to draw. Scale, zoom in, zoom out, they're also right here. The tools for the database is where we'll create all our items, weapons, armor, skills, abilities, whatever, things like that. Plugin manager is a little more complicated. There's a bunch of plugins you could download to enhance your game, make it do some extra stuff. We'll also be going into that stuff at a later time. Sound test just opens up all the audio files so you can check them out and listen to them. Event searcher, when we start making events, we can use this to find specific ones to get to them to, if we got to edit them, fix them, copy them, anything. Character generator, pretty self-explanatory. Just create generators with the pieces that the game give you. And then resource manager is, let's click it. Oh yeah, it's all where all my files and stuff are for where the game stuff is, like the tile sets, the enemies. We'll go over all that stuff when we start working on that. RPG Maker tools. I'm not 100% sure. I think those work like add-ons, so I'll have to look into that a little more. And then options. You come to options, you can change your screen colors, how you want everything to look, like the theme and everything for your maker. And then we got the game, playtest, and open folder. You click open folder, it'll pop open the folder where the game's at. Playtest, if you click it, it'll start the game, and wherever this guy is where it's all going to start at. And then a little tutorial up here. Sometimes it's useful. Give that a little peek through and look at it. Check it out while you're, you got any more. It doesn't fully cover everything that you can do, but like the basics. And eventually we're going to go into covering everything, hopefully. All right, so yeah, with that, that's our little bar at top, our game and tools, scale, all that stuff. Let's pop this open, check a few things out. This is where you're going to come to make like your characters. You'll come here, make your characters. If you want more on your list. I usually put the max, but we'll just do this for now. And then, hey, you come up here, you give him a class, initial level and max level. This is the level he'll start at, and that's where he'll max. And then you just give him a name and a nickname, depending on your class and how it's all set up in the menu over here. You can equip the weapons and armor and whatnot. And then with that, you come over here, and then you got, these are the pre-made classes that are come when you load up the program. Hero, warrior, they all get, you can give them the option to learn different abilities and stuff. We'll go over that at another time. Again, this is just a little overview of everything. And then here we got like your skills, like where you'd make your fireball and your heal and stuff like that. They don't give you a lot to start with. RPG Maker MZ gives you quite a few more skills, but once you get it used to start putting them together, just my other games got a list. I got like 800 skills, and it's just a matter of changing a few things. Then here's our items. Here's where we'll make like our potions. I'll go here. The game I'm building right now, you can collect like ore and plants and stuff, and you'll have to set them up in the item list here. Weapons, pretty self-explanatory. It's come where you make the weapons, and armor here, same thing, pretty self-explanatory. Now we got enemies. I'm going to change all the maximums while I'm in these menus. Yeah, come set up your enemies. You can give them their hit points, magic points, their attack and defense and everything. We'll get into all this stuff later, where you come give them traits and stuff, you know, like resistant to poison, or you can't put him to sleep, or things like that. The troops are what you need to be into when you create the enemies. You'll come over here and you'll create some enemies, and you'll come over here to troops, and we'll like click on that. Well, I'm not gonna do that. Like, here's your Minotaur. You can change where he's at on the map. I like a side view game, so I end up usually having to scoot all my guys over to the side there. And then yeah, we'll get into the eventing for the troops and stuff at a later time. States, these are like what happened if you get poisoned or put to sleep, and things like that. Blinded, silence, confusion. I like to go in here. I make all sorts of like fantastical shields and stuff, like mana shields. We'll go over all that another time before I start getting into that. It's a little exciting part is making the states, because I feel they bind the game at a different level outside of just like fireball. Like, I like to build a burn one that gives them like a little damage over time if they manage to get burnt. And then animations, pretty self-explanatory. You come down here, these are all the ones that come into the game. We'll go over building custom ones using the stock video game stock images at a later time. But yeah, and then this is just show you the animation, what it does. So like when you're building weapons, you can come up here and it'll have animation, and like my sword wants a slash physical, but if I have like a fire sword, I put slash fire, and it'll make it look like I'm attacking with a flaming sword. All right. Now we got tile sets. Tile sets are a big part of the game. It's what makes your maps, it's what makes everything function pretty much. And then these are the 6 that come preloaded already. As you'll see over here, we got like our walls and windows and trees and stuff. And we'll get into all that again at another time. Common events. These are used to make things trigger and happen. Again, we'll also go over this when I start getting into it, because this gets used a lot for like quick traveling, specialty magics, being able to do special stuff. Common events are kind of useful. And then we come down here to system. This is all our starting stuff. This is all the people are starting our party. We can take them out or put people in as we make them. We're going to click use side view battle because I like to do that. I don't like to show player followers. And then yeah, you can put your skill types. You can make more skill types right here to do other things. Like I make one for summoning, and then I got one for healing, and it's just not magic that way. Different. It builds like a little extra variety. And then the music. This is all the default music that loads up at these parts. Like when you start, this is the song that'll be playing. And then the same when you win, that's what happens. The sounds for like the cursors, save, load. You can go in here, change all these, and then actually import more sounds and music in to add like more custom stuff. And then yeah, your attack motions here. You can change all this stuff. Starting positions where you can get all your stuff to start. I don't use the boat, ship, or airship currently at the moment, so they don't get loaded on. Just our player. And it says map testing 8.5 because that's where we're at right there. And then title screen here. We'll go with the Evil Castle till I find or make a better one. I use Photoshop and usually just create new ones. And then we got types, like your elements, like fire, water, thunder, all them good stuffs. You can come over here and make custom stuff because you can make your enemies like weak to wind but strong against water, and then depending on your spells and what you're doing, everybody knows how an RPG game works. Again, the skill types, that's I put like different kinds of magics. Like I'll put summoning and necromancy. That way, the way I'm building my game, it doesn't get all overwhelmed in one menu. And then weapon types, armor types, pretty much self-explanatory. You're going to give your classes, you know, the ability, like I want my fighter to use a sword and an axe, but not a dagger. And he's going to wear heavy armor and a large shield. And then the same with the equipment types here. You can come over, you can like as many things as you put on here, you'd be able to equip to your guy. You don't want to put too much so it doesn't get overwhelming, but like I like to put head, body, feet, gloves, and then like a ring and a necklace. I change this usually, and then that way it gives you a decent amount of gear to be aiming for your characters, but also not too much. Like a World of Warcraft, that's a lot for even just one character to be doing. And then we come down here to terms. This is all the stuff that'll show up as you're doing it, like basic statuses. It'll show your level, HP, MP. You can actually change what it says here. It's like in the menus when you start your game, like instead of like level 3, if I put hallway, it'll tell me I'm hallway 3 instead of level 3. So that's pretty much all that does. Same with the commands and the weapon down here. And then you can come down here. Now, yeah, that's just the messages when you're using your stuff and getting XP and saving and loading. And yeah, this is all the stuff that pops up. And then the percentage one thing, we'll I'm not going to get into that just yet. Again, just try to do a little quick thing, go over everything. And yeah, that's pretty much the menus, and then that's the database. That's how we're pretty much gonna do everything, database and plugins, and we'll do plugins in another future video. Um, yeah, without getting into too much of the mechanics and getting too much into it, that's pretty much it for like a basic overview. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see while I'm working on doing these little tutorials on how to go through everything. If you guys want to see like event making or anything specific, just let me know. I always check the comments. Again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and peace out.